set up the chat, open it up. Oh, Dave sent me a message. That's so nice of him. He's up here right now. Start a poll question. This is just a chill this morning, see what's going on, see how people are. Give me 1 second, guys. I'll be right with you. All right, we got a poll question up. Just hanging out this morning, seeing if some people wanted to talk, hang out. I've been trying to do some stuff for mental health and have a spot for people to talk and try and be positive. We'll see what happens. Hope you guys are having a great weekend. We had a nice little showing for the fights last night. I did a couple fights. I did a video yesterday morning that ended up turning into I was going to talk sports, but people wanted to talk paranormal stuff. That was interesting. I told a Ouija board story of mine that's true, that I already retold on, I retold the story yesterday. But yeah, this morning's really just to chill, say hello, see if any subscribers or new people want to chat, talk about things. I think it's important for people to think of at least once a week about things they're grateful for. I love my Sundays. I hold my Sundays very dear to me. I don't do much on Sundays. They're generally a chill day where I just relax and hang with the family, maybe do a few errands or, some laundry if need be. But Sundays, I try to think about the people that I try to remember in a good way, some of the people I've lost and love, and think about good times from my life a little bit. Usually Sunday mornings, I reflect on my life. A lot of Sundays. I'll take a little ride. I'll go sit somewhere. Usually I'll run out, grab a coffee or grab milk and shit for breakfast. I just think about it. Think about stuff I've been through. The good, the bad. Hey, Taj. Hope you're well, buddy. What are you grateful for today? We all need to be grateful for things we have. It could always be worse, is what I'm getting at. Life could always be worse. And if you're in a dark place, you can get out of it. If you're in a really dark place, there's plenty of help. If you want it, you got to want the help. If you're in a dark place, you got to get the help. But I'm very lucky. I don't find myself in a dark place lately. But I've been there. And it's Mental Health Month for men, I believe, this month. So I just wanted to talk about some things we should be grateful for, or people might want to talk, hang out, talk about anything, really. It's just a healthy space or a fun space to talk about some stuff and hang out. Me too, Davey. I heard you're up here. Paulie told me. I'm going to hit you up after this broadcast, buddy. Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, that's a great thing, Tosh, giving money to the homeless. Absolutely. I do that here and there. If I had more, I'd give more. I always feel like homeless people might be angels sometimes. I don't know why. Like, fuck them. Excuse me, not fuck them. I swear sometimes, so if you don't like swearing, I'm sorry. It's something I'm working on. But what do I care what they use the money for? I'll give them some money or whatever. Because I struggled with drugs in my life. I was a party animal at parts of my life. So who am I to judge them? But I try to help them here and there. I can't give away everything where I don't have nothing, but I'm very thankful for the life I have today. And I think that's cool. That's cool. I was a mailman. Now I have a little courier business, and I'm doing a little YouTube, and my girl's got a good job, and I'm hustling a buck, doing all right myself. And that's what I do. I was a mailman for like 3.5 years, 3 years, 4 years almost, something like that. It was during COVID when I got hired, so the dates are screwed up in my head. But I got sick of being a mailman. I had to drive to an island like 40 minutes away from where I live every day. And after doing it for a long, long time and having my stepkids and my girl having to drive over another bridge that's being worked on, I live in Providence, Rhode Island area. Our roads are all screwed up really bad right now. The bridges are really bad. So everyone's commutes got thrown way out of whack longer than they used to be. And I got sick of it. I got sick of being stressed out from the job. The supervisors and postmaster there ride you really bad. They want you to go really fast, even if it's dangerous. And they're always on your back. At least they were with me. A few of them, not all of them. And I got sick of living that way. I gained a bunch of weight. Believe it or not, stress will make you gain weight. I gained so much weight from being stressed out. And burnt out, and I was like on the road 14 hours a day, 12 to 14 hours a day with my ride to and from work, and I got sick of it. So I said, the hell with it. And I went and got two stupid little jobs that I don't got to think too much. I don't got a boss that rides me or bothers me. And I do little shit like that to hustle a buck. I have like my own courier service now. I feel much better, but that's why I left that job. Sometimes you got to cut stuff out of your life that's driving you crazy. B, that's good, Christine. B's a good deal, I would think. That's good. But I know it's something people struggle with, and I know no one ever really talks about it. So I've been trying to do a talk every few days or once a week to talk about mental health, or just make people think about things, talk about things. You know, it's just a space. Just a space to talk. And I'm a new YouTuber. I do stories on a lot of stuff. I love paranormal stuff, UFO stuff. I love sports. I do live streams and reactions of sports games. We'll be doing the Celtics game tonight, 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. But I think it's important with our mental health to, especially, I live in America, but I think we take a lot of things for granted in America. We don't realize how good we really have it sometimes. And we work hard. There's this misconception that Americans don't work hard, and you come to America and everything will be given to you, and it's not that way. It's not that way at all. Majority of Americans work very hard. Very hard. It's very expensive right now. But I think we lose sight of how lucky we really are. That's why I left Motel 6. They turned into a company that cared about moving on up into... Yeah, that's why I did it too, Dave. That's how all these companies are. That's why I do these videos like this, because I don't want to see young kids thinking they got to go to college and blow all this money. Or, you know, you can do stuff on your own. You guys don't got to go to college for most jobs. If you want to be a doctor, a lawyer, or this or that, you do need to go to college, obviously. You want to be a surgeon, yeah, you got to go to college. But if you just don't want to do something crazy and you just gonna have to survive, you're much better. Um, you're much better off starting your own business. It will make your life much easier. And dealing with bosses sucks. These companies, Dave said it. He hit it that nail right on the head. They don't give a flying you know what about you. You are a number. Name a car for an edit. A Grand National. Whatever year you want. That's a dope ride. Who the fuck's this? Mac. What's up, Mac? Is this the Mac I know really well? One of the Macs I know really well, or someone else Mac? Thanks, Dave. Yeah, it's brand new, but we just started recently. I'm messing with it. I'm tinkering. It's gonna grow more into something better where I start interviewing people eventually and doing shit like that. I got a couple interviews I'm working on right now. And I'm gonna do some stuff with Paul and them guys, some funny shit. You know what I mean? We'll have some parties where we talk and tell old stories, and I want to have a lot of, people on from our neighborhood growing up, telling funny stories and shit they saw. I think it would be funny. I think it would be fun. I think people would find it very funny. Dave grew up in my neighborhood growing up. He was he knows. My neighborhood's was like the Twilight Zone. I miss it sometimes, but I'm not. I miss it, but I don't. Yeah, a lot of them have been watching and following, Dave. I got some videos about the beach. The beach is bittersweet for me. I can't do videos on it all the time. And I had a falling out with my parents of epic proportions. And we don't speak. And so it's tough for me to do stuff on the beach. It's tough. I can't do video after video about the beach. And plus, the world's bigger than Oakland Beach. I can't just talk about Oakland Beach, my whole everything. But I'm grateful for so much today. I hope you guys have stuff you're grateful for. After having a life of so many surgeries, and I'm still alive, and smashing up cars, and I'm still alive, and just going through so much shit, and doing drugs, and still being alive. I am so grateful this Sunday morning. And every Sunday, it never fails that it doesn't cross my mind for a little bit how lucky I am and how thankful I am that God allowed me to make it this far. I hope I have more time left. And even though I'm not rich and I don't have a big fancy house, I have a lot to be grateful for. A whole lot to be grateful for. And I just wanted to say hello this morning and hang out, see if we get some new subscribers or see if anyone needed someone to talk to. You know, everyone talks about mental health, but no one does anything about it. No one really talks about it. So I figured I would just make myself available if someone was going through it this morning. Yeah, I don't know, Dave. I just can't do the dysfunctional shit no more. I can't do it. You know how it is, bro. You know. I don't even want to go there, but you know. We all grew up like that, you know. And I love them. I don't hate them, but I just can't keep going through the same cycle of bullshit. You know, I think they did the best they could. I think they did. I just think trauma and fucking addiction and alcohol for 40 years took its toll on everyone. And we're all guilty of it. So But I got little kids I got to worry about now, and a partner, and I can't have her and the kids subjected to that shit anymore. I refuse to do it, and I'm grateful that I finally smartened up and got away from it. You know, and they did a lot of fucked up shit. I have videos. You can watch my channel, Dave. I have videos about the whole shit because they got so out of control with them. That's all I'm gonna say about that, because I don't want to make this about me this morning. It's not about me, but I'm very grateful to be where I am today, and I think a lot of people fail to realize how lucky they are sometimes. You know. I think a lot of people fail to realize how lucky we are. There's places all over the world, they got bombs going off over their head when they wake up in the morning. I pray we never have to deal with that. You know, we have a lot to be grateful as Americans, for the most part. Shit's expensive right now, but we got it way better. If you live in America, you got it so good you don't even know it. You don't even have a clue. If you're one of the, like, if you make $25,000 a year, you're in America, you're like rich anywhere else in the world, just about. Yeah, Dave, that's it. But everyone, and I think, takes that for granted. I think we get really poopy pants over stupid shit as Americans. Yeah, it's a mess. That's why I was trying to talk about some stuff this morning. Sometimes the lives hit, sometimes they don't. Sometimes it takes a while for people to get in. But I don't put like clickbait shit up because I don't want people to come and watch and just leave, and then, you know what I mean? I try to do it right. But I think mental health has a lot to do with, you got to keep things in perspective. You know, you can turn your life around very fast. I don't think people realize it. I think they get too down and down. And that's an important thing too. You got to catch yourself before you get too far in a hole. If you start not feeling good, you know, you gotta recognize and say, all right, I'm not feeling good. What am I doing? Am I eating right? Am I sleeping enough? Am I working too much? Am I drinking too much? Am I smoking too much pot? Am I doing drugs? Do I need help? There's a lot of ways you can stop it before it snowballs. You know, I know if I don't get enough rest and I get like too hungry and shit, I get nasty sometimes. I'll get an attitude. Something that fucking stupid. I didn't sleep good the night before. I didn't eat good, and now you know what I mean? It doesn't take much to not feel good. You do that a couple days in a row and some people treat you like dog shit, you start not feeling good about yourself real quick. And then it's Friday night and you go out and you get bombed, and then you go do it again on Saturday night, and Sunday you barely recover, and Monday you're right back in the shit. You do that for a couple months straight, your mental health will not be good. So you gotta take care of yourself. You gotta take care of yourself. I'm sure I sound like a super hypocrite, but I didn't for years. I fucking burned the candle on each end. Party all night, drugs all night, all day, digging claw hogs all day. Run around, go get more drugs, get some alcohol, barely eating. Do it again. Then you get a habit, and you got to stop making more money to keep up with the habit. Now you're working harder. Your habits got you fucking running crazy. It don't take much to fucking become a mess quickly. You know, it doesn't take much. But I'm so grateful I'm not like that this morning. I'm so grateful. That shit will have you hating God, everything. Crazy. I was so mad at fucking God for a while. So mad between people dying in my life. Thank you, TL. Good morning to you, buddy. Exactly. You got to stay positive despite all the negativity that can surround us sometimes. Don't let nonsense rent space in your head. No, it does. That's what I'm saying. It doesn't take much, Davey. You're right. It doesn't take much. Fucking before you know it, 6 months passed and you're lost. How the fuck did I get here? And that's okay if that happens also, people. It's okay. It sucks, but it's okay. Go get help. You're never fucking too late. It's never too late. I see fucking people, you wouldn't believe it. Ask Dave. There's not many, but there's a few. He'll fucking tell you people that got their shit that were a mess from our neighborhood. Mess. That got their stuff together. And there's way more that didn't. Way more. A lot of fucking people overdosed, died. I could have been one of them very easily. Even though I never got into needles, that shit don't matter anymore. I got kind of lucky. I in a weird way. I was yeah. I got lucky. I never got into needles, luckily. Thank God. I knew what would have happened to me. I am not afraid of needles. I would have been a fucking pincushion if I got into them, and I would have died. I know I would have. Because the amount I was snorting was such a large amount. It would have took no time at all to turn that into a needle habit and forget about it. But fentanyl scared me to fucking death. And I saw people die. Not in front of me. I've seen people drop in front of me. I've never seen people die in front of me, but I've gotten many a phone call, and there's some horrible stories from fucking my city and my state of the fucking oddest shit. Oddest shit. I remember one story. There was somebody OD'd, and their parent fucking found him, and then the parent died. It's horrible. This shit happens. I didn't know the person personally. I can't remember the names. I would never say them on here, but that's fucking crazy. There's so much more to life than sitting in some shit. Tell him, Dave. Dave fucking knows. Dave knows just as well as me. There's so much more to life than sitting in some shitty fucking bar or going and copping some dope in a shitty fucking area. There's so much more to life. Plane going over. Give me 1 second. But you don't have to die that way. You don't have to go out like that. You could stop it today. You could stop it right fucking now if you want to. You got to want to. That's the biggest thing. You got to want to do it. And it can't be for anyone else. It's got to be for you. It's got to be for you. You can't do it because of mommy, because of daddy, because of the kids. Those factors are all helpful. I tried to do it for everyone else for fucking 10 years and strung my fucking addiction out 10 more years. Lying to myself. Yeah, sometimes you got to move away. You're right. And you think those people that you hang with doing that shit with give a fuck about you? The minute, some of them do. Not all of them are fucking like that. But the large majority, if you turn your life around, will never fucking ever reach out for you, come looking for you. Very few. And it's not selfish to take care of yourself when you're in that position. You know, once you fucking turn your life around and stuff, some of them may look for help and shit and come and still care about you and stuff. But even druggies know don't fuck with someone that's trying to do the right thing usually. You know, for the most part. I never had people come around when I was trying to get clean and really try to drag me back down. All my relapses were on me. I don't blame others for that shit. There was shit that set me off that didn't help, but at the end of the day, I went and fucking decided to do something foolish. Because if I knew how to handle my emotions without drugs and alcohol and had positive people around to talk to, or a positive outlet like a hobby or a sport, I would have never fucking went back to it. I would have went and did something else other than fucking blow the money I'd been saving for months, turning my life around in a fucking week, snorting dope again. Very few care, but those who do truly care. Yep. Yep, that's right. That's right. Hey, son of a bitch, sorry. All right, I gotta backtrack. That fucking blows. Sorry about that. Son of a bitch. I'm a dumb pull up. So, what was the last thing you guys heard? Fuck. What was the last thing you heard? I don't know when you guys, what the last thing was heard, but I remember I was telling a story about driving Custies to go cop. All right, well, I'll start this story over. I don't know if you guys heard it. I'm sorry. I must have hit the mute button like an a-hole. So when I was younger and started driving, there was dudes that did dope in my neighborhood, and I'd have to give them a ride down to Providence some days. From my house to South Providence is like 8 miles away. I worked at Rhode Island Hospital as a kid, and from my doorstep to Rhode Island Hospital was 8 miles. So I would give some guys that were into heroin and shit, rides down to the hood, the real hood. And I'm telling this story because I used to say to myself, that'll never be me. That'll never be me. That'll never be me. When I would bring these guys. And it ended up being me. I'd bring these guys down to fucking South Providence. I take them to like Public and Prairie. Bad neighborhoods. Potters Ave. Fucking all over Cranston Street. These guys had guys everywhere. Or they had to meet their plug wherever he was in what neighborhood. Sometimes off Broadway. These are all streets in Providence. It's not a big, this was 25 years ago, 30 years ago. But tough neighborhoods, bad neighborhoods. Don't go doing shit like this if you're younger or you're older. Don't go to fucking bad neighborhoods with drug addicts, with fucking people throwing money around and this and that. And because you could do nothing wrong and end up with a bullet in your head. But I would give these guys would give me like $30 a piece, $40 a piece, sometimes $50 a piece to give them a ride down to the hood, down to Providence. And they would pay me as a young kid to drive them so they could cop dope and shit. And I would bring them and I'd see it firsthand. They wouldn't do that shit. I told them, you're not doing that shit in my car. I would stop different fucking restaurants around the city so they could get right or whatever. And I'd bring them home and shit. It's not something I'm proud of. But I used to tell myself, I'm not fucking ever going to be that. And even though I didn't do needles, I still became that shit. Not to that level, but still bad. Yeah, all right. So don't think it can't be you. Don't think it can't be you just because you're a young kid. When them people come and talk to you at fucking school, you might want to listen to them. Trust me. I know. I watch. I talk to a former NBA player that's a Celtic. Whenever I see him, he knows me from fucking getting off drugs, and I've talked to him a lot. And he used to come into my old job, and he was a good ball player. And he fucking played his whole career high and shit. And he said the same thing. And he gets paid a lot of money to talk and go around the country. And he's got a rehab of his own. But he used to laugh at those guys that would come into the fucking high school laughing. Oh, that'll never be me. I just drink. I just smoke. Yeah. I just drink. I just smoke. He just drank and he just smoked until he was in the middle of Istanbul, thrown out of the NBA, playing for a team out in like Turkey, where fucking he's trying to get pills shipped over. And if you get caught with anything like that, they fucking cut your head off pretty much in a country like that. And he still was willing to risk it. That's what that shit will do to you. It's crazy. Don't ever think that won't be you. Anyone. I'm not trying to be dramatic. I'm not trying to scare people. But it's the fucking fact of the matter. That shit could be you. I never thought that shit would be me, bringing them dudes down to the fucking rougher parts of Providence to cop dope would ever be me. And even though we didn't have the same fucking, they had it harder than me. I had it easier than them. But we still were in the same fucking place. And fentanyl scared me to death. That's part of the reason I got clean too. And part of the reason I never shot up. Fentanyl is a fucking nightmare. That shit will kill you. I've heard stories of cops dropping just from touching the shit on a fucking counter. And not a lot of it. You couldn't even see it. Yeah, well, the West Coast fucked up, Juno. I don't want to get all political, but if you really want to talk about why the West Coast is the way that it is, we have to get political. The West Coast is the way it is because you got governors and fucking people, politicians, that made it fucking legal to get high. San Francisco, Portland, Oregon, Seattle, they're fucking dumps now. Dumps. You can't let people fucking get out of jail that rob and loot and steal to get high. They're just going to keep getting high and keep robbing and stealing. I will never go to the West Coast until they straighten that shit out. Everyone left California with a brain. Joe Rogan left, a lot of those people bounced, man. They saw the writing on the wall. You had COVID and then that shit. It was the perfect fucking storm. It makes me wonder if the politicians and people in power, it doesn't, I'll say this, it makes me wonder. Yeah, it makes me wonder. Haha, quote, wink, wink. It makes me wonder, wink, wink. They did that shit on purpose, I swear. Call me crazy. I would never hurt myself or anyone else. But it makes you wonder with this country right now, what the fuck's really going on. I feel like everything I ever learned my whole life that was supposed to be right is wrong. I paid $8 the other day for 2 boxes of macaroni salad that you make at home and a fucking little thing of cheese, because I only need a couple pieces to make burgers that night. $8 for shit that used to cost $3, $4. And I went to the dollar store to get it. Family Dollar. You know, we're paying for all this shit. It's crazy. But you can't have people doing fucking drugs and robbing everyone and let them get right out of jail again. Right out of jail, right out of jail, right out of jail. Then they got another thing out on the West Coast. Rogan talks about all this shit. Right? They fucking got people that make $250,000 a year trying to solve homelessness. Those people don't want to solve homelessness. They're making bank. They just fucking say what sounds good and fucking act, and they know it's not going to work, and then they fucking just try something different. I think so too. But even that, the more I look into going off grid, it's very hard to do. Very, very hard to do. The missus hitting me up. I got milk already, honey. I'm on it. She don't think, see, if I was getting high right now, that girl right now, my beautiful girl, wouldn't text me knowing I got milk. And guess what? Telling me to go get milk. Her coffee's already made upstairs. Guess what I got? Already got it. If I was doing all that bullshit, I wouldn't have her. I wouldn't have those 2 kids. And I wouldn't have fucking gotten this milk. I wouldn't have shit. I mean, we're probably waking up by myself or with some fucking strange woman or something stupid. But I think you should look off grid. If you could pull it off. It's not an easy thing to do, though. If you're young, start looking into it now. Because when you get my age at 40, Dave will probably tell you the same. Do it while you're young, while you have the energy and you feel good and you have the time and you're not locked down with kids or a girl or already own a home or rent. Because once you're locked in with a family, it changes everything. You can think, oh yeah, you just like, there's certain risks you can take, but there's some risks you just can't take. You know, when you have 2 little kids and they depend on you for everything. There's some risks you can't take. So for me, that's a risk I can't take. And I haven't had the time to really look into it. You got to research stuff really good. And you got to find people that know the shit to a T. Know everything. And you have to make sure that they know everything. Because you don't need someone coming and kicking you off fucking land and telling you can't do this and you can't do that. And they do that shit in a lot of places. So I'm all for it. I fucking would love to do that. I would love to go back to the old way of life where we lived off the land. Everyone has a piece of land. You fucking grow your food. You have some chickens, some fucking cattle. You know, I would love to live that way. Oh, I would love to. It's my dream. If I ever came across money like that, that's what I would do. And I would, if I really came across money, like talking like fucking stupid pipe dream fantasy, I would give all the extra shit I grew away. You know, people think you can eat money, man. You can't eat money. I don't understand why people think that money is everything. Fuck. I hate money. I hate it. I've seen money destroy so many things. I've had money destroy friendships. Money shows you who people really are. It doesn't change people. I heard a saying that said that, and I believe in that shit. Money doesn't change people. It shows you who people really were. They just never had the money to be it. But if I ever came across money, I would just live a little fucking humble life. I'd get myself and my girl a nice ride. Try and set the kids up. Try and set the money up where it makes money for me. And I would devote my life to trying to help people in some way, shape, or form. I want to start doing some of that on this channel. I thought about going out and interviewing addicts and stuff and homeless people and trying to give back that way, but I don't want to make a big thing out of it like that, and I don't want to disrespect people. And I think when you give back, you shouldn't like give back where people, it's a big thing. Like, you should give back to give back and not look for any credit. The only way I would do it where I showed what I give back with this channel, it would just be show that I wasn't screwing the people that gave money or watched me. Watch my videos that we made money. I would make videos that way to show them, like, this is where the money's going. Thank you guys. But I wouldn't want to be right there making videos with, like, you know, I don't need a pat on the back. I think when you give, you should give with the intent of giving and being humble. Everyone always says, I'm humble. Oh, he's so humble. And then you see him doing shit like, you know, like, was he really humble? Let's look at our poll this morning. Oh, that's good. 70% of people out of 10 votes said their mental health is an A. 1 F. A couple B's, a couple C's. Does anyone with the F want to talk? Well, we got the chat open in a few minutes to go, because I'm going to boogie in a minute. Anyone want to talk about something that might be bothering them? Get something off their chest? Anyone want to talk about anything? We will be doing a live Celtics watch party tonight and play-by-play at 8 o'clock. It starts Eastern Standard Time. I do a lot of UFC play-by-play, watch parties, boxing, the Celtics. I might do some football when that comes around. We'll see. I do a lot of different stuff. I want to turn this into more of a podcast interview show and a live show where people can write comments and it's like a talk radio show kind of thing. That's what I'm trying to do. But it's hard to do it all myself. I don't have anyone else that wants to do it with me where they can type or whatever. So for now, with the equipment I got, it's the way I got to do it, because I can't do everything myself, unfortunately. I wish I could, I would. But it's just too many moving parts. So I do it the basic way for now until I can do it. But yeah, I think we have to be grateful for what we have. I think we can control our mental health more than we think we can. And it's okay to get down. It's okay to be sad. It's okay. You can't stay down, though. There's help out there. You got to want it. If you're in a really bad place, go to the doctor. Call 911. Do not get in a bad place like that. There's help. Go check yourself in the hospital. Take a couple days off. You might need medication. Some people need medication. It's okay. You guys got to figure out what works for you. But I think if we could stop being a little more grateful, we could be happier people. And if you're in a bad place, I love you. I never hurt yourself. It will solve nothing. It will make major problems for everyone else that's around you. Please never do that. But I thank you guys for joining me this morning. I just wanted to do something and check on people, make sure they were all right, do something positive. Davey, so nice talking to you, man. I'll call you later in the day on Facebook Messenger or something. Juno, the rest of you guys, thank you. People took the poll, thank you. To anyone that's mental health isn't well, you can rewatch this video. If you're in a bad place, call 911. Go right to the hospital. Do not play games. If you feel that bad, it's okay. Just go to the hospital and get help. They can't say no. They can't say no. Tell them, I feel like I'm going to do something bad to myself. They can't say no. And they have to look at you. Even if you got to lie. Even if you got a drug addiction, you say that. They have to take you. A lot of people don't know that. But that's how you can get help. If you are in a dark place because of drugs or mental health, and they're telling you they can't take you and this and that, tell them you're going to hurt yourself. And they will take you in. It's a white lie. You shouldn't lie, but you know what? Sometimes you gotta, I guess. That's one way you could get it. I love you guys. 8 o'clock Celtics. I hope I see you guys there. Davey, I'm going to hit you up in a little bit. So glad you reached out. I didn't even notice your fucking Facebook was screwy. I don't go on it that much. I put my videos up, topics for the day. That's about it. And I scroll through things quick. You guys have a great day. I love you. Please like, share, subscribe. Nate's Live Talk. We're doing great for only being at it 2 months, in my opinion. I thank you guys so much for tuning in and hanging out. If you ever need anything, email me, nateslivetalk@yahoo.com, or you can hit me up at Nate's Live Talk on Instagram. I will see you for the Celtics game. You guys have a great day. Keep your heads up. You know how to get help. I told you. Peace.